What's up guys, it's DSR-50 here, bringing you episode 8 of League Play with Deli. The series where you watch me play League Play and you get an insight of how I play the game and how I play competitively. Normally I don't actually give in-depth analysis of the tips I use or the strategies I use to outplay the opposition. But next episode I'm actually going to be talking about that because a lot of people want to get better at COD and they want to play like YouTubers or competitive gamers. But it's hard because Black Ops 2 is so far into the game that I can't tell you any class setups or tips that haven't already been shared. But I can try and give you the tips that help me out a lot. But most of the tips I will be giving are not actually common in the game. They're more about mental in your brain tips that get you sucked off the game, or actually maybe option changes like sensitivity or button layout, stuff like that. But anyway, my topic this video is going to be about changes. Changes happen in every case, people change and games change, and yesterday Black Ops 2 changed once again. They made a patch where they changed the DSR and the ballista. I don't think they changed the damage of the DSR or ballista, but I think they changed the time of the reload, I'm not quite sure. But from the pictures that I put up on the screen, you can see the DSR and the ballista was affected in some way. Also, the AN-94's damage has been reduced. And I haven't actually used it on COD yet. I played League Play yesterday for quite a while, but I was too worried to actually use the gun, so I opted for the MAA one instead. But I will be using it soon to see if it has been affected quite a lot. But I am actually worried if it has changed badly, because if you do go back to the start of Black Ops 2 and think of it, I mean, think of the gun that was a standout gun, and a gun that was a standout gun in my own mind, the first thing I think of was the PDW. The PDW was a standout gun. I mean, I used it a lot, and I know a lot of people have used it a lot. It was my go-to gun, the gun I used, and the gun I felt confident with. And then they released the first nerf on it, which was understandable because the PDW was actually quite overpowered. I mean, it had such a big magazine size and no recoil whatsoever. So the first nerf was, it was needed, but it didn't change the gun to an extent. The recoil was noticeable, but wasn't that bad. It was, it was manageable. You could still use the gun. But then the second nerf to it, in my opinion, actually killed the gun. I mean, for me, it killed the gun that much that I had to find another gun that I felt confident with. And that's hard because I didn't like the MSMC at the start of the game. It feels weird because most of my gameplays are all MSMCs, and it is my favourite gun now. Or that and MP7. But I really did struggle with the gun at first. I didn't know how people liked it. I was just not allowed. PW is best for me. Then they brought out the nerf and it killed the gun for me. And that affected it. So I had to find a new gun I liked. MSMC comes out, and the MP7 I've also got used to as well, and also the Scorpion. But the sad thing about it is that you don't see the gun about as much as you did anymore. I mean, you don't even see it in competitive gaming. I'm not quite sure if they did use it at sort of Black Ops 2 in competitive, but I would assume so because the PDW was a good gun until they nerfed it. But a lot of people now prefer the MSMC to the PDW because of that nerf. I mean, it's true, I prefer the MSMC, but the MSMC was nerfed as well. Just like the PDW, I think it was nerfed twice, I'm not sure, it's just a guess. If not, it was just the once. But they also, increased the recoil just like the PDW. And it wasn't as bad as the PDW, I mean, you can't really notice it. But I just don't get why they are, changing the game now. I mean, so late into the game with the next COD coming out in November, they're making, slight small changes now, like reducing the AN-94 and the sniper, and affecting the snipers and changing it. And I'm not sure what I saw on the screen. I mean, you'll see it as well, sprinting time. I'm not sure if that's actually sprinting as in running or something to do with the gun. But you'll see in one of the pictures it said that they changed it because the strongest, one of the strongest guns and one of the strongest snipers came out of their power bracket or power brand. I'm not quite sure. And what does that mean? I mean, how can the power change within the game? I don't understand that one bit. And that can affect the game, making changes like that so late into the game. I mean, there probably will be some players out there that struggle with Call of Duty, and then changes like that will really affect their confidence with the game. And they addressed other multiplayer bugs like zombie glitches and all that, which is good, but changing the guns when people are so used to them can be a negative effect. And you know, it affected my confidence to PDW, but hopefully that don't affect it with the AN94. And hopefully the next game they can make the game balanced and the guns balanced, so they don't feel the need to change it in the middle of the game. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please you know, click the like rating and leave a comment. Also follow me on Twitter to keep up to date. I will see you later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the outros on screen for previous FIFA or COD videos. Also my Twitch and Twitter are at the bottom of the screen.